seat. Hey everyone, welcome to another NoxBlog, and today I would like to talk about how I got into costuming. So my first costume was my biker scout, and this is actually the very first piece I put together. And I feel like if you're gonna make a trooper costume, like, you have to make the bucket first, or the helmet, just because, I mean, you have to take selfies, you gotta let all your friends know that you're a trooper, you gotta post it on every bit of social media and let people know what you're building. Like, it's required, okay? If you're gonna make a stormtrooper kind of character, you gotta get the bucket first. If you don't have this first, then just stop. You need to stop. So a question that I do happen to get sometimes is, you know, was the biker scout your first choice for the costume? Like, is that what drew you to the biker scout? And to be really honest with you guys, I basically went to my friend Derek's house. My friend Derek happened to be a stormtrooper, and we got really drunk. We had a group of us. We all got kind of drunk, and we decided to bust out the Star Wars helmets. And everyone had Star Wars helmets, and I didn't have anything at the time. And I tried the Stormtrooper helmet on. And I was like, oh, I can't really get this to work. It's like, and so he happened to have a like Ruby's costume version of the biker scout helmet, and he gave that to me. I popped it on. I was like, holy crap, I can wear this with my glasses. And that's pretty much how I got drew to the costume. Like, that's what drew me in, was the fact that I could wear my glasses and the helmet at the same time. It was like a no-brainer for me. I'm like, if I can do both, I'm in. Like, no contacts, I'm in. Yeah, so that's how I kind of got into the world. Is I basically wore the helmet that Derek loaned me for the night, and the very next day I remember saying, that was kind of cool. Like, how do I get into this? So, like, where do I get the costume? Where do I start? And he like gave me like a bunch of lists or a bunch of websites and said, have fun with it, dude. And I probably spent months researching, and I finally bought a armor kit. And then once I got the armor kit, it just sat in my garage for like, it sat in there for probably a good 4 or 5 months, because I was just scared. I was like, this is a box of plastic. I've never done anything like this before. I am not a crafty person. I sucked at arts and crafts. Like, what do I do? Help me, please. And every like tiny little cut that I did, I was like, 911, where is everyone? Who can I talk to help me out? Because I am scared. And it's intimidating. Like, I'll tell you, when you're starting to build your first costume, it is so intimidating, because you were just so scared to make the wrong moves, to waste money. I mean, I think that's kind of the biggest thing, is most people just don't want to waste money. On top of that, you don't want to like waste money and then look bad. So it's just, it just kind of spirals into this really like horrible nightmare. And I 100% understand everyone's fear to get into costuming, because I went through that for months. I remember having that box in my garage, and just every single time I went to school, I would look at that box and I'd be like, one of these days I'm gonna crack you open and try something, but today's not the day. I gotta go to class, or I have to go to work. Like, I made excuses mentally, and on the weekends I'd be like, I gotta play World of Warcraft. I gotta do a quest or two, you know, or I gotta play Mass Effect. I just made excuses for myself, and it just sat there. So I get the intimidation, and I totally understand and respect people's fear to try to make a first costume. So I remember my first time wearing this costume, I essentially kind of rushed together for Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. And it wasn't exactly like the best costume out there. Like, I will be absolutely honest with you, it was pretty terrible. I knew it was terrible. I wore it anyways. And there was a lot of fear for me. Like, I rushed it the night before, and I remember just sitting there like, everyone's gonna think I look stupid. no one's gonna know who I am. Like, what am I even doing this for? Like, I wanted to just, I had already built the costume, and I was ready to give up. I was ready to just say, nope, not wearing it, just gonna be casual Daniel every single day and just screw it. And I woke up, put all my armor in the car, and I went over to Star Wars Celebration. I suited up, and I remember the feeling of like anxiety. Like, I was having a panic attack while I was wearing the costume on my way to the convention, and then within minutes there was like this mom and dad and their two kids dressed up as, like, I think Tusken Raiders or like Little Jawas, and like they were like, hey, I love your biker scout, can I get a photo with you? And I was like surprised, and then at the same exact time, like, I just, whatever I was feeling before all the anxiety, it just disappeared. Like, I was in the zone. Like, I felt, holy crap, like, all the good feelings that you can possibly get from wearing a costume, I felt in that exact moment, and it was completely worth it. Like, I just, the entire day, a grin across my face, taking photos with people. Like, I still, in the back of my head, I knew that it wasn't like the greatest costume in the world, but I was still out there having a lot of fun, and I don't think I had a single negative experience. Like, I was talking to some people, even like people who had like really nice biker scouts were kind of like, they were nice to me. Like, they were like looking at my costume, they knew it looked like crap, but they were like suggesting things. They were like kindly suggesting things, like, you know, hey, you could probably have that thing lift up a little bit better, you know, but other than that, it looks great. Like, it was just such a positive experience that I built like 5 more costumes because of this. And it's, I love costuming, I really do. I love putting on a character, going out there, looking cool, and it's awesome. It's a great feeling, and I cannot recommend it enough to other people to put on costumes and go out there and do yourself. Do you. If you're just getting into costuming, or you're thinking about getting into it, and you're kind of feeling that jittery feeling of, you know, how is it going to turn out? Are people going to judge me? You know, why am I doing this? Forget about it. Just take a moment, take a deep breath, and just do it. And let me tell you, like, if you let the fear of others judging you, or let the fear of, you know, is this good, is this perfect, ever affect you, you'll never get into this. You'll never take the first step. And the first step is just trying. Just putting on a costume, making it work, whether you buy a costume somewhere, or you make it from scratch, or you assemble a kit, or whatever you do to get the costume and try it on. It doesn't matter. Cosplay is cosplay. It's how you express yourself. So just do it. Put on a costume, go to an event, go to a small convention, go to a school convention, go to a Halloween party, whatever you want to do, just do it. Your first time may not be perfect, it may not be stellar, but once you do that first time, it gets easier. It gets easier to try to create something, it gets easier to try to express yourself, and you'll love the experience. It's 100% worth it. If you have the money. I'm only saying this because, like, I know some costumes can definitely run up the bill, so please do not get yourself into debt over this. This is not me condoning that, but I will say, if you have the money, if you've saved up for this, and this is something you want to try to get yourself into, do it. I think it's worth it. That's just my 2 cents. I'm sure you have a bunch of other friends who will probably give you the same advice. And let me tell you, if anyone gives you hate or anyone says anything negative, forget about them. They are like this small versus the huge community of people who will love and support you and to no end want the best for you. Like, that's my general experience with the costuming community, is you have a small pocket of negative people, but you have a huge group of people out there who will make you just feel absolutely amazing. They'll make you feel like rock stars. They'll give you every bit of support you need to get yourself out there. And that's my word of advice, and I don't know what else to say. I feel like I'm ranting at this point. I'm not trying to rant. Just do it, and I hope you guys have a good evening, day, whatever time you decide to watch this, and signing off. Bye. I still haven't quite figured out how to end these videos. I will eventually do that, but for now it's whatever.